What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and today I'm doing an initial overview and lifestyle review of the brand new KD13 in the Hype colorway. Thanks so much for tuning in today. If this is the first video of mine that you've seen, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below to get more content just like this. And not only that, but I'm giving away a pair of the brand new Air Jordan 1 Court Purples in a size 10. Entering the giveaway is really easy. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram at RealSethFowler, and comment done underneath this picture on my Instagram page. All the information on how to enter is on my Instagram page linked at the top of the description. So if you want to grab these guys, make sure to check that out. But getting back into the video, the Nike KD13 in the Hype colorway is the first official KD13 to release. The Hype colorway dropped last week for a retail price of $160, which is actually $10 over the regular price of the KD13. Maybe it's because it's got gold chains all over it. I don't know. And I've got to be honest, when I first saw this colorway of the sneaker, I was disappointed because I don't really like the design on the upper at all. This literally looks like if the Migos were a sneaker. And up until recently, I couldn't get over the fact that this shoe just looked like a Versace or fake Versace KD13. And I just wasn't a fan of that. And then I thought about it some more, and I realized I still don't like this colorway. But the other thing I realized is that this KD13 is exciting, not because of how this particular colorway looks, but because of the fact that this reminds me so much of those classic Nike basketball sneakers from like 6 years ago. You had the What the KDs and the What the LeBrons and the Christmas LeBrons and all these sneakers that they just don't do like that anymore. Nike doesn't seem to print random crap on the upper of their sneakers anymore, and while in some ways that's a good thing, in other ways it's a lot more boring. It's the same sort of thing that we're seeing with the Nike Dunks. Back when they were insanely popular, they were putting out collaborations that looked completely insane, completely nuts. Then there was that period where no one really cared about Dunks and they were just releasing like random black and gray colorways every other month. But now the Dunks are once again popular. They're trying crazy things again, like the Ben & Jerry's Chunky Dunkies. Those shoes look insane, but I love them. So while I don't like the Hype colorway of the KD13s, it gives me hope. It gives me hope that one day we'll get back to that sort of really cool era of themed Nike basketball sneakers that are insane. Not just like a green Flyknit LeBron. On a slightly different note, I do want to give a disclaimer about this video and the fact that this video is purely a lifestyle review. This is not a performance review in any way. While I like playing basketball, I don't usually do performance reviews. I do them maybe every year or so if I really feel like I want to, but in a lot of cases I leave that to the professionals like Wear Testers, Soul Brothers, all those guys. If you guys want to see a performance review on this sneaker, make sure to check those channels out. And even if I did do performance reviews, it's not like I could go to the gym and try this shoe out anyway, so you might have to wait for some time before you actually see a real performance review of this sneaker. But before we dive any deeper into the sneaker, I want to give you guys a quick overview of the box because this is the first pair of KD13s that I've seen, and this is also the first pair of KDs to release, while KD is actually number 7. So here's the box. It's pretty much just a white box. It's got a silver logo at the top that says Kevin Durant number 7. There's some Nike swooshes and some signatures, but that's about it. But getting back into the sneaker itself, the overall silhouette of the KD13 looks pretty similar to the KD12s. The KD13s definitely seem like more of an iterative improvement over the KD12s than a complete overhaul. The upper of the KD13 seems to be covered in this nylon fabric with some obvious bright printing on it. The pattern in the upper of the shoe comes with a lot of gold and red and royal purple, and it actually literally has gold chains on it as well as some butterflies, it looks like. Like I said earlier, this pattern really seems to be inspired by the Migos, and there actually might be some truth to that because the whole idea behind this colorway is that Kevin Durant really loves to get hyped up before his games by listening to hip hop. So it's very possible that this shoe is based legitimately on the Migos, or just, I guess, rap music in general. So, is that the shoes? Hello? It's a brand new day. Running down the center of the toe, you've got some black stitching that holds the two sides of the upper together. Around the tip of the toe, you've got some black felt material for added durability, as well as this sort of gold fuse overlay with the backwards gold Nike swoosh on the medial side. Moving up on the shoe, you've got these black flat laces with gold accents woven throughout. And then underneath the laces, you've got a black tongue with the Kevin Durant number 7 logo printed at the top. Moving inside the sneaker, you've got a black, really nicely padded sock liner, especially around the heel, as well as a bright orange insole with Kevin Durant's logo printed on the heel. Interestingly enough, this insole isn't actually the standard foam that's usually used on insoles. Instead, it has a sort of styrofoam feeling material that's a lot stiffer than you'd expect. Directly underneath the insole, you've got a full-length Air Zoom Strobel board, which is exactly what they use in the KD12s for cushioning. That Air Zoom Strobel board feels great underfoot, and it's also articulated so it bends really easily. And not only that, they've actually double stacked the Zoom Air in the forefoot so you get more cushioning when you land on your forefoot. As for fit and sizing, the Nike KD13 does fit relatively true to size, at least for me. I have pretty narrow feet and I go true to size in this sneaker and it fits me okay. However, I would say that if you have wider feet or you like a more roomy fit, you might want to go up half a size. From the very limited amount of time that I've actually worn this sneaker, the fit seems very similar to that of the KD12s. So if you haven't yet had the chance to try on a pair of KD13s and you own a pair of KD12s, the fit is very similar. But as I always suggest, because everyone's feet are different, if you have a chance to try on a pair of KD13s first before you buy them, make sure to do that to make sure you're grabbing the right size for you. Continuing back on the lateral side of this sneaker, you've got this metallic gold Nike swoosh that sort of fades into the midsole. On certain colorways of the shoe, this raised area on the midsole actually seems to complete the Nike swoosh because it comes in the same color. On this colorway, it kind of looks like the Nike swoosh is kind of pushing its way underneath the midsole and actually gives the shoe a kind of cool effect. Underneath the Nike swoosh, towards the heel of the sneaker, you've got this black synthetic leather panel that kind of acts as a heel counter. And then on the medial side of the sneaker, you've got that same black panel, except this time you've got a gold Nike swoosh stitched into it. And then moving around to the heel of the sneaker, you've got that classic KD logo, which I love so much and reminds me so much of the golden age of Nike basketball sneakers. And then moving down on the shoe, you get to this sail-colored Phylon midsole, which was originally designed on the KD12 to make you feel like the shoe had already been worn in by the time that you first stuck your foot into the sneaker. And to be honest, still feels pretty good. And just like on the KD12, the Phylon midsole paired with the Zoom Air feels really great underfoot. Near the forefoot of the sneaker, you've got this semi-translucent TPU panel for added stability, which also has KD's new number 7, which I'm not sure exactly why he changed it, but I'm not mad at it. And then finally moving to the bottom of the sneaker, you've got a black rubber outsole with a circular traction pattern. Echoing what I said earlier in the video, the KD13 definitely seems like more of an iterative improvement over the KD12 than a complete overhaul. And I'm fine with that. I think the KD12 was a great sneaker both on and off the court, and I think the KD13 has a lot of potential. I still don't like the Hype colorway. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not something that I would ever wear outside. Again, but I do like the fact that this colorway shows a lot of potential for what the KD13 can be and bringing us back to the golden age of Nike basketball. Hopefully that happens, but we'll have to wait and see. But now I would love to know your thoughts on the KD13 and the Hype colorway and just the KD13 in general, so let me know in the comment section down below. Once again, don't forget to check out the giveaway for a brand new pair of Air Jordan 1 Court Purples. There'll be a link to my Instagram at the top of the description, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.